about antibody testing, which can show if you've been infected, even if you don't have any symptoms. Our Leslie Delaspore spoke with one of the pioneers behind these types of tests to give you an inside look at how it works. Leslie?
Just this week, Governor DeSantis announced he would deploy more antibody tests to state-run testing sites to determine the number of people who have been infected and those who have recovered. While Dr. Vincent DeGennaro is an epidemiologist out of Miami who was one of the masterminds behind this antibody test kit.
The antibody test is a prick of the finger, usually, just a couple drops of blood, kind of like a diabetic checking their sugar. And we put it on a card that's just a piece of plastic with a special filter paper in it. And within 10 minutes, you get a result.
Showing 1 line if negative and 2 if positive for COVID-19. He says this test is especially useful for 2 reasons.
The antibody tests and COVID Rapid can tell you if you have kind of the past infection. And from every indication that we know of viruses and coronaviruses, that you will have some immunity for some length of time. Probably around 12 months, maybe as much as 18 months. We just don't know.
He says the antibody test does not replace the cotton swab test, but will help to catch more asymptomatic cases.
And listen, they're not great in the first week of infection, right? We're going to catch about half of the infections in the first 7 days. So, like I said, I don't look at that as missing half. I look at that as gaining half of people we wouldn't have tested anyway, because we're screening the asymptomatic people.
No matter who you are or what your occupation is, he says as we reopen the country, this type of testing is vital.
We need to have a baseline to know who's had it and who hasn't. And more importantly, you know, there's still 3,000 Americans dying every day. There's 3,000 new infections every day. Who are they? Where are they? We need to have that kind of data to know where it's safe and where it's not.
In Fort Myers, Leslie Delaspore, Fox 4, in your corner.
Right now, the folks behind COVID Rapid are working on getting FDA approval. But in the meantime, you can go to your local doctor's office or hospital to get tested before you head back to work. But call first.